Mississauga wants to move out of the region of Peel, and whereas the Brampton has long dues, long bills, more than $1 billion. And Mayor Patrick Brown is working very hard to get funding and businesses here in Brampton. So what is the Ontario government stand? Will you merge these cities, or your stand is other way? Thank you.
Well, we'll see. And thank you for that great question. I think I've always said publicly, and I'm not going to change it, I always think Brampton and Mississauga are large cities that can stand alone, but the decision hasn't been made. But I'll guarantee you that Brampton will always be taken care of, always, and they'll be made whole. And so will Mississauga and Caledon as well. And my biggest concern, I know it's the mayor's too, that the service levels, no matter if it's a call for the police, if it's fixing a road or whatever it might be, that the service continues to be the same or is actually better. So we're going to work hand in hand with all three regions.
So I don't think the Premier is going to merge the municipalities. Mayor Crombie has said that she would like to leave the region of Peel. My only comment is that she has to pay for what Brampton taxpayers have put into Mississauga. We've paid for the water treatment facility, the police headquarters, and you can't just take off and not pay your bill. Estimates are it could be close to $1 billion. If you think you can walk away from a bill of $1 billion, you can't. That's what you call a bandit. I would say if Mississauga wants to leave, they can, but they have to pay their bill. That water treatment facility, hard-working Brampton taxpayers have paid for half the cost to build that. That police headquarters, hard-working Brampton taxpayers have built that police headquarters. The regional facilities in Mississauga. When I hear Mississauga say, oh, they only need to pay us back in $1970, that's baloney. You know what it would cost to build a water treatment facility today? Could be $500 million. We're not talking about 1974 prices. We're talking about 2023 prices. So anyone that thinks you can walk away and not pay the bill, it is a slap in the face for hardworking residents in Brampton. And that's why I've been very vocal. Yes, you can leave, but you have to pay your bill.
One of the areas I feel when you give someone the authority to stand on their own with two big cities like Brampton and Mississauga. I think Mississauga is close to 800,000. You're close to almost 700,000 now, Mayor Brown. You don't have to worry about constantly going to the region. I'll give you one example with Mississauga. Mississauga dictates right now what Caledon can build, even though it's miles away, nowhere close to Mississauga. The other area that we have to make sure Brampton is always taken care of is a water treatment plant. You can't have, if this goes forward, you can't have Mississauga dictating, what Brampton can build. Mississauga, for the most part, almost is built out. There's still room for additional building there, but Brampton still has an opportunity to continue to grow. But they are not going to be shafted by Mississauga or anyone else. I'm going to make sure they're always whole and they're always protected, all three regions, to deliver the same excellent service as they've expected over the last number of years.
That I welcome the province looking at this. If we can look at ways to remove duplication, there is duplication. We have two planning departments. I can't tell you how many times I'm frustrated where there's a major housing project on a transit corridor that's being held up, and there's a regional planning commenting period that holds up a major investment in the downtown. We had one recently at the Marigold Hotel, which was a really beat up property that desperately needed an investment, but because of the red tape and the planning process, that was being delayed. We managed to solve that one, but I see instances like that all the time. I think it's healthy to look at ways to remove that redundancy and duplication. The only thing I would say is that if there is two cities, Brampton needs to be made whole in the sense that the water treatment facilities, the police headquarters, we have built in Mississauga. And if the mayor of Mississauga thinks she can leave and not pay her bill, the residents of Brampton would be outraged. We have hardworking essential workers in our city. We saw that during COVID. The fact that since the 1970s, through their hard work and toil, we built that infrastructure in Mississauga. Any notion that the Mayor of Mississauga could walk away from that and stiff the residents of Brampton is offensive. But other than that, I welcome any efforts to remove duplication, make it easier to build and invest and create jobs in Ontario.